Thank you, Kathy, and thanks to all my colleagues. I started my legal career as a county prosecutor and have dedicated much of my career to helping victims of crime. And that has been central to my focus as Illinois Attorney General. Unaddressed trauma endured by victims of violent crime is frequently a major contributor to the future violent criminal acts. This makes providing support to survivors of crime some of the most important work my office does. My office's Violence Prevention and Crime Victim Services Division helps victims and families on their road to recovery by helping them access trauma-informed programs and services. The Federal Victims of Crime Act, VOCA, has existed for over 40 years. VOCA funding is essential to our ability to support victims around Illinois. Illinois uses crime victims' compensation funds to reimburse victims of violent crimes such as homicide, human trafficking, child abuse, sexual assault, and others. My office has worked to make crime victims' compensation more accessible and more impactful for victims in Illinois. And between 2022 and 2024, my office recommended more than $38 million in compensation to Illinois victims. Illinois also relies on another VOCA formula grant, the Victims Assistance Formula Grant. Illinois anticipates receiving over $46 million from this grant for fiscal year 2025. We direct these victim assistance funds to organizations that provide vital, direct services to crime victims. These include domestic violence shelters, sexual assault crisis centers, transitional housing services, child advocacy centers, and trauma recovery centers. For fiscal year 2025, over $1.2 billion in victim assistance formula grant funding is available to the states at large, and over $178 million in victim compensation formula grants is available to the states. Conditioning that vital funding on cooperation with immigration enforcement is not just unlawful, it is immoral. VOCA funds have no relationship to civil immigration policy. In fact, grants are distributed based on a statutory formula that has nothing to do with immigration. Furthermore, immigrant communities have an important role to play in helping states reduce crime. The administration's policies make immigrant victims and witnesses of crime reluctant to cooperate with local law enforcement. This undermines public safety. Even as the president laments the rampant crime he claims is taking over our cities, his Department of Justice is threatening to withhold money that helps states address violent crime. The Department of Justice does not have authority to impose immigration conditions on these funds. The Constitution does not permit the department to impose such conditions. We filed this lawsuit seeking to prevent the department's arbitrary action. We cannot become complacent to the cruelty that has been the hallmark of the Trump administration. Just as we will continue to do the real work of ensuring the public safety, we will not stop fighting the illegal policies coming out of the White House that undermine the same.